A red card in soccer doesn't just kick one player out of the game. It might decide the entire match, knock a team out of a tournament, and haunt a player's career for years. And most Americans who are just getting into the sport have absolutely no idea how deep that rabbit hole goes. So let's fix that, fast. Here's the thing nobody explains to you when you first start watching soccer. A red card isn't just a penalty. It's a domino that knocks over a whole row of consequences. Stick around, because by the end of this, you'll understand why professional players literally cry when they get one, and it's not just because they're embarrassed. Let's start with the basics. Soccer has 11 players per side. That's it. No substitution bench coming in to save you like in football. No, we'll just put someone else in his spot. 11 versus 11, and that balance is sacred to how the game works. When someone gets a red card, they're gone, done, finished. They walk off, and their team has to keep playing with 10 players for the rest of the game. Think about that for a second in football terms. Imagine the Chiefs had to play the entire second half without one of their starting linebackers. No, just gone. That's what we're talking about. Now here's where it gets interesting. 10 against 11 sounds like a minor disadvantage. It isn't. Soccer is a game of space and numbers. Every formation, every passing lane, every defensive shape, it all assumes 11 players. The moment you lose one, those shapes fall apart. Holes open up. Defenders have to cover twice the ground. Attackers have to work twice as hard. It doesn't just hurt. It often breaks a team's entire game plan. In theory, a great team can survive playing with 10 men. In practice, the odds flip dramatically. Studies across major European leagues show that teams reduced to 10 men win less than 20% of the time when they're level or losing at that moment. One card. 20% win rate. That's brutal. But here's where it actually gets worse: the suspension. When a player receives a red card, they don't just sit out the rest of that game. They're automatically suspended for the team's next match. Sometimes 2 or 3 matches, depending on why the card was given. So your star midfielder just had a bad moment, and now he's missing the biggest game of the season next week. That's a real thing that happens constantly in the biggest competitions in the world. Remember the 2006 World Cup final? Zinedine Zidane, arguably the best player on the planet at the time, headbutted an opponent in extra time and got sent off. France went to penalty kicks without him and lost. The whole thing decided by one moment, one red card, one missing player. That's the scale we're talking about. Now let's talk about the card itself. There are 2 ways to get a red card. The first way is instant. You do something so bad that the referee pulls it out immediately. A dangerous tackle, a deliberate handball to stop a goal, violent conduct. These are called straight red cards, and they're the referee basically saying, no, you're done. There's no coming back from that. The second way is the sneaky one: yellow cards. A yellow card is soccer's warning system. Get one and you're on thin ice. Get 2 in the same game and the referee pulls out a yellow card again, and then a red. 2 yellows equals a red, which sounds fair until you realize some players are so physical, so aggressive, so in the referee's face that they're basically 1 foul away from an ejection every single. You know the type. And this creates a whole psychological layer to the game. Coaches manage yellow cards like a chess player manages pieces. A player sitting on a booking, meaning he already has a yellow, plays differently, more cautiously, less aggressively, which means the red card threat changes how a player performs even before he gets sent off. That's wild. A card that hasn't happened yet is already affecting the game. Now let's talk money. Because of course, it's about money too. Professional soccer clubs are worth hundreds of millions, sometimes billions of dollars, and a red card, 1 moment, maybe 5 seconds of bad judgment, can cost a team significantly. Missing a key player for even 1 or 2 matches can directly affect whether a team wins a trophy, qualifies for a major competition, or earns tens of millions in prize money. There are documented cases of single red cards costing clubs more than $1 million in downstream financial consequences. One card, $1 million. Let that one sit for a moment. And the player? He might face fines from the league on top of the suspension. Some contracts even include clauses that reduce a player's pay during suspension. So not only is the team suffering, the player's wallet is too. Here's the last piece most people miss: the psychological hangover. Great players who receive red cards in important moments sometimes carry that with them for years. Zinedine Zidane's headbutt in 2006 is still the first thing many people remember about him, even though he's widely considered one of the greatest players in history. A red card in the wrong moment doesn't just cost a game, it can rewrite a player's legacy. And that's why you see players absolutely devastated when they get sent off. It's not embarrassment, it's the domino effect hitting them in real time. The team is short-handed, the game might be lost, the next match is gone, the fine is coming. The legacy is being written. All in the moment, a referee reaches into that pocket. So let's bring it back to where we started. A red card doesn't just kick one player out of the game, it shrinks a team, breaks formations, shifts momentum, triggers suspensions, drains finances, and sometimes changes careers. What looks like one referee holding up one small piece of colored cardboard is actually one of the most powerful single moments in all of professional sports. The real question is this: if one card can do all of that, why do players still make those reckless decisions in the biggest moments? Maybe because the game is emotional, maybe because they're human, or maybe that's exactly what makes soccer so compelling to watch. If this video made soccer make a little more sense to you, you know what to do. Subscribe, because we break down the sports moments everyone sees but nobody fully explains. See you in the next one.